One of the keys to living a great life is getting good at handling fear. Across all areas of your life, whether it's your relationships, your career, your money, your self-expression, in order to expand and experience more of what you want, you need to get good at going beyond what you've known. You need to step outside your comfort zone, which can get very scary. So how do you deal with the fear that comes up? Well, here is a powerful tip. What's up, you amazing human? My name is Ben Hart. Today we're going to be talking about fear and how to handle it in a good way. If you dig this content and want to see more like it in the future, hit the subscribe button below. And there's people out there in the world who think might benefit from a better relationship to their fear. Hit the like button, leave a comment, it'll help them find this video. All right, so we're talking about fear, and we're talking about fear in the context of, living your greatest life, how to deal with the fear that comes up as you move toward who you want to be, who you want to become, opportunities and, growth places and things that you could create, things that you could do, and all the fear that comes up as we step out in the world more, as we try to be more, as we try to do more. And to begin, I just want to talk about fear. So much of the context around fear is that fear is bad. So much of the conversation is like we need to overcome fear, we need to conquer fear, like fear being something we need to get rid of. And I want to just reframe that to see fear as, fear is an ally. Fear has wisdom. Every emotion you have, everything that comes through your system can actually serve you. And that doesn't mean that it should overtake you. That doesn't mean it's something that should drive the bus. It means that it has wisdom for you and it has direction for you. So for example, if I'm driving my car and all of a sudden something crazy starts to happen and I feel a ton of fear come up, and then I do some defensive driving to save my life and my loved ones in the car's life and maybe the other person's life, that is a beautiful relationship to fear. Fear can drive us. Fear can move us in the right direction. Fear can be motivation in the same way that, if I feel like I'm not focused on my work in a certain way and I feel fear about not creating something powerfully, not creating something that can be actually successful, not, maybe if you have a job, losing your job, fear of that, that could be a motivating factor that could actually move you into right action, that could actually move you and keep you focused, keep you determined in a really important way. Certainly we don't want fear to motivate us forever, but in moments, fear can be a really powerful force that is really key to our lives and to the action that needs to be taken. And so with that, let's not hold fear as something to be gotten rid of. Fear can be something that can be used, can be embraced, can be just folded in, and can be offer gifts in that way. And so, with that, when we're talking about fear, what tends to happen is one side of the polarity to the other. So let's say using the metaphor of our life is a car that we're driving. If we're going in a place, a new place that feels scary to us, we need to become more, we need to step up in a new way, maybe we need to put ourselves out there in a way that feels very uncomfortable for us. Often what can happen is our fear can totally take over. It's almost like fear takes over the car. We're now sitting in the passenger seat, our fear is driving the car, and it's hell no, I'm not going there. And it reverts us, averts in the direction we were trying to go, and we go somewhere else. And, that can be really what happens on one side of the spectrum is the fear takes over, and we get, we become frozen by it. We become completely contracted by it, and we're not able to move forward in the way we want to. It's just overwhelming. And so that's, one side of the spectrum. And the other side is where we just try to completely get rid of the fear. We if we're driving that car, we try to basically push fear out of the car. We're you're not coming on this ride. Where I'm going, there is no fear. I need to be fearless and get out of this car, and I'm driving, which, might work for in moments of just pushing through and having determination. But in the long run, it doesn't, fear is going to come back, and fear will manifest in new ways and in different ways. And completely blocking it out is blocking out a part of yourself. The whole notion of what we resist persists. If you're not able to actually use your fear, embrace it, bring it along with you, it's going to come out in weird, funky ways. It's going to slow you down. Maybe it'll cause a lack of health or disease or whatever the case may be. Really being connected to yourself, because fear is a powerful motivating force that can actually steer you in the right direction. There might be places where if you're not connected to your fear, you won't be alert. You won't be clear about what's actually happening. You might not actually feel the full energy and the primal power that's possible when you have some fear. And all of it is just, it's an important piece of who you are. And so what I want to offer, is this idea that what you don't want is less fear. What you want is more courage. So let the fear be exactly where it is. Accept it, allow it to be there, and realize that you have the capacity to have courage beyond what the fear is saying of you. So if you want to go in a new direction, like start a new business or put yourself out there in the world or a creative endeavor or in a relationship, really put your heart on the line. Yeah, you have this fear, and that's okay. That fear is there. That fear is right there with you. And in the metaphor of driving the car, let it sit in the back seat. Let the fear be like the child that you are driving. You know where you're going. You know what's clear about where you want to be. And that fear can just sit in the back seat. You see it in the rearview mirror. You know it's there. It can, speak its piece to you once in a while. But in it speaking its piece to you, you're still driving. You're clear about where you're going. So fear is there. You embrace it. You hold it with you. But you're in the place of, okay, I don't need to get rid of fear. I'm not pushing it out of the car. And fear is not taking over. My courage is more than my fear. I'm in charge. I know where I want to be. I know where I want to go. And I'm letting fear do its thing in the back. And that can be a hugely transformative metaphor in terms of how to hold your fear that can really shift everything. Because so many of us vacillate between those two polarities I was talking about, of fear, get the hell away from me, and then I'm overcome by my fear. Fear, get the hell away from me, now I'm overcome by my fear. And it can be so debilitating in terms of actually going where we want to go. Recognize that the more you resist it, the more it's going to persist, the more we can fold in every experience we're having, the more we can learn to hold it, whether it's anxiety, whether it's sadness, whether it's fear, whether it's whatever the case may be, letting ourselves not have to push it away and not be overcome by it, but really just embrace it. Bring it close like a child and just hold it, feel it. It has wisdom for you. It has energy for you. There are ways that it will integrate into your system that will create new insights, that will create new discoveries, new thoughts, new whatever. It might change your direction slightly. The kid may say something and be like, oh, actually, that's a good point. I'm going to go in this slightly direction. We should go to that store first, or whatever the case may be. But the idea is stop the swings between the rejection and the full collapsing into, and allow yourself to say, no, my courage is stronger than my fear, but my fear is coming along for the ride. My fear is a valuable part of who I am and what is occurring right now. So fear, get in the back. I'm strapping you in. I see you right there, and we're going. This is where we're going. So I hope that helps. It's a powerful metaphor that has really helped me in my life, really learning to embrace the fear, hold the fear with me, bring its wisdom and energy along with me, and it's allowed me to do things I never thought I could do. Step on stages, speak to 10,000 people on a stage once, really put myself out there in the world in ways that were really creatively hard. One time I got up at a party and made up a song on the spot with my guitar. I've actually done that a number of times now. And years ago, that would have been inconceivable to me, so terrifying. But in a room of 100 people at a New Year's party, I just got up and made up a song, freestyling, rhyming, and felt the joy of it. And then my fear was right there in my backpack or whatever the case may be, fully aware, fully connected to it, certainly having the jitters at times. But the aliveness that can come from realizing my courage is greater than my fear, and in all the ways, whether it's in business, whether it's in love and relationships, whether it's in social situations, whether it's with money, whether it's, with your creativity, whatever the case may be, let yourself realize that your courage is stronger than your fear, but your fear is a valuable part of who you are, and bring it along with you. No longer rejecting, no longer collapsing into. All right, my friend, I hope that was helpful. May you have a beautiful relationship to your fear and your courage going forward. I hope it supports you in living again and again beyond your comfort zone, again and again into who you truly want to be. My name is Ben Hart. If you dug this, want to see more like it in the future, hit the subscribe button below. And again, if there's anybody out there you think would benefit from shifting up their relationship to their fear, hit the like button, leave a comment. It'll help them find this video. Until next time, much love.